Hello guys, R.U.S.E here, back for some more R.U.S.E. And this is the Japs, and we are playing on the map Nuclear Winter. It's a 2v2. My friend is a French versus a Soviet Union and an American. So this match was pretty epic. What I did was secure this supply depot and immediately built a secondary headquarters here and a secondary headquarters here to basically gather all the supply depots around.
Building deployment completed. Intelligence reports that the enemy has completed new research. Sir, enemy is blitzing in this sector. A new ruse is at our disposal.
Right, so I decided to exploit the Japanese main strengths, and that was aircraft. But I was still getting some resources.
Units in sector. You now have blitz capacity.
Right, and I just blitzed it up.
Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir.
As you can see, my friend, the French, have already deployed H-39 light tanks and some aircraft in the air as well. The AI is not scripted to focus on economy that much, so yeah, they're pretty strained. Right, so I'm building an airfield here, and saw some fast heavy units, which was probably Stuart light tanks, and I was getting a recon up, as well as producing some fighter bombers. Right, so basically the strategy in this map is to secure that this middle section here. Once you secure the middle section, you have the momentum to push on. Alright, so my friend deployed his H-39s up into the middle section. They brought some Stuarts, and yeah, it is Stuarts. And now I'm gonna knock him out with my, I think it was my R.U.S.E fighter bombers. So yeah, they were playing a guerrilla type game, harassing me. Right, but I have my R.U.S.E up. As you can see, they raided my supplies, but luckily they didn't do any damage to my buildings. And here we have another R.U.S.E. Alright, so as you can see, the advantage of reconning.
A new enemy supply line has been reported, sir. Building deployment completed. Unit is out of ammo, heading back to base.
And the effectiveness of the R.U.S.E, it's basically one hit KO on light tanks. So I was stockpiling my R.U.S.Es here. So basically have my defended. I built an armor base and an artillery and anti-air base because I saw the enemy massing up some aircraft. And my friend, the French, were using guppies and H-39s to also harass the enemy. Right, I had my armor base and my anti-aircraft base up and running. And I was attacking the Strelky light infantry. I figured they were trying to capture my secondary headquarters.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base.
Here's a T-26 light tank.
Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Engineers are en route to the building site.
So as you can see, the advantage of a recon style harassment of air. Right, so this eye shack was engaging my R.U.S.E here. Right, I was building up some of my AA positions because of that eye shack and the presence of enemy aircraft. Right, some more of my R.U.S.Es. And I camouflaged my net so they couldn't see my AAs until they're really close. And when they're really close, they're gonna get a huge barrage anyway. Alright, I got my 2 AA positions up. And as you can see, the Russians... Alright, so that was a bombing there. I didn't see that. As you can see, the Russians have already brought in KV-1 heavy tanks. So that was pretty scary. As I said, this game was very epic. Swap sides a lot of times. The Russians and the Americans were on a winning streak most of the game, but we fought back with my expertise use of aircraft. Right, so I got a bunch of these targeted for dive bombing. As you can see, they have 37mm AA guns and harassment with their eye shacks. So the AI was pretty hepped up for a game, and the Russians deployed a major force through Vacha across the bridgehead, the eastern bridgehead. Right, I have some more of my R.U.S.Es. I was basically patrolling this area until I got my recon up, and then I could target some tanks. So that was GG to them.
Reporting enemy losses. Sir, all camouflage has been removed. Camouflage has been deployed.
Redeploy my camouflage.
Research is complete.
So I did not deploy anything
Recruitment has started, sir.
besides fighter bombers. Right, that I think it was a Sturmovik, a P-47 Thunderbolt that destroyed my AA position. To be honest, the Japs, all their buildings are very fragile. Right, so that's a AA gun package there.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir. New ruse is now available.
Alright, I deployed some of my TAR-A mobile anti-aircraft guns just to help in warding off enemy fighter bombers. Right, they have a Sturmovik cover here. So you can see the enemies have momentum right now. I sent my R.U.S.Es to engage that light Sturmovik cover, and I was re-engaged. Right, I finally brought up some of my tanks, the Chiri. The Chiri is one of those tanks that are not very weak. Japanese early tanks are pretty indecisive in battle, so I brought up some Chiri heavy tanks, and although they were better at infantry than armor, they could tackle armor, but it's when playing the Japs and armor battle, it's good to have a numerical advantage over the enemy, because one-on-one they won't be good. So yeah, right, with that, there was a brief attack here. Got my air recon up, and if you check out their opponent base, it's pretty hard-fletched already. And they just destroyed the last of my up-front AA guns. So they could deal probably a lot of damage before I could get there. Right, I have my Chiris covering this bridgehead here, and my friends attacking the T-26s.
Recruitment has started, sir. Enemy engaged. Good support in progress in the sector, sir. Report from infantry.
Right, although we were winning in the point battle, we didn't have the momentum. The Americans already had some heavy units behind our lines, which was pretty scary. Right, I moved up my Chiris to engage this 37mm army here, I should call. Right, so that was an easy picking. And I reflanked with this smaller Chiri force to re-engage.
Building deployment completed. No more supplies in this one, sir. Reporting. Supply depot's cupboards are bare. Building deployment completed.
Alright, I finally got off some of my administrative buildings.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Reporting.
And they were engaging me with P-47s, which was pretty bad. The Jap armor is not very effective and resistant to aircraft damage. And some more shacks.
You now have blitz capacity. Reporting. Unit clean. Reporting. Supply depot.
And a bunch of light tanks and Shermans.
Building deployment completed.
And I deployed some of my Task to give these guys cover,
Unit under fire.
air cover. But they weren't effective against I got supply depots depleted, but I had my admin buildings up.
Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Sir,
I was getting more cheery up to the lines.
the enemy just finished new military research, sir. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Unit is breaking up, sir.
Right, I got my their stewards targeted
Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Sir,
for
our nets are no longer in position. Reporting.
CSA barrage.
Sustained fire. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
These guys went a bit too far.
Unit has been routed. Receiving report. Enemy has cut one of our supply lines. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Receiving report. Our units are
Alright, so it's a good example of a air and armor co-op game.
intelligence have identified enemy base. Unit
My air is supporting the armor.
reports confirmed.
Brought
Target
up some more
destroyed.
Chiris here. And some
Cavalry has
Suisays.
been deployed. Reporting. Supply depot out. Unit reports engagement in progress. Engineers will take care of that. Unit reports
Right, the
enemy
Russians
fire.
were redeploying
Building
at Vacha.
deployment completed. Unit reports enemy neutralized.
And to be honest,
Production. We have been given
even with my efforts, the enemy contained a pretty good air supremacy over us,
unit production.
especially with the P-47 Thunderbolts. My recon just got disabled.
Receiving report. Our units are under
So
fire.
this was a pretty hard fought battle.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Right, they had heavy tanks, which was scary.
Completed. Receiving report. Enemy has cut one of our supply lines. Unit
But I had the numerical advantage and air
returning for
support, so it wasn't a problem to me.
Unit reports engagement in
Right, under massive air fire.
Unit reports heavy fire. They're retreating, sir. Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new route.
My Chiri was moving up to Hella Shawson, but I didn't want to move up too far because their air cover was scary. So I retreated back, secured the two supply depots.
Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
I got two of my Chiris, which are getting ravaged by aircraft.
Production requested. Unit opening fire on the enemy.
I really got annoyed by the aircraft and shit Jap tanks. But I got my air cover. so that was okay.
Deployment completed. Unit is getting up its position. Plane reports heading back to base for infantry. Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, reporting the scene has lost, sir. Unit under fire. Yes, sir.
Okay, so they had
Reporting one of our units is
a
down.
linear army coming towards us,
Under fire. Plane is low on
and this is where we cracked under pressure.
Unit reports damage,
I deployed
sir.
an anti-tank base
Report enemy has cut one of our supply lines.
to make some anti-tank units.
Unit reports enemy neutralized. Unit under fire. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. Sir, reporting losses. Unit reports heavy fire. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Building deployment completed. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Building
Right, so they had a variety of units deployed. A little air skirmish here.
reporting field defense down, sir. Receiving report. Friendly structure destroyed.
Alright, so I was getting owned. Brought in some R.U.S.E tank destroyers, which are pretty light in armor wise. So they couldn't stand up head on. I decided to attack them in a retreat battle. So my R.U.S.E could stand up to Stuarts. But once they started bringing in T-34s and their air cover, it was pretty nasty.
Building deployment completed. Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
Right, this is the style of AA power that could win you games.
Receiving report. Our units are
Too bad it was on the opposing side.
Sir, cruising is no longer possible in this sector. A new route is at our disposal.
Alright, they tried to get really close to me,
Unit under fire. Rookies are training.
and I couldn't target them because I couldn't see their vehicles.
Reporting field defense down, sir.
And that's both of my AA positions destroyed.
Building deployment.
Alright, I finally finished the Shinden advanced fighter, and I brought up 2 more airfields
Receiving report.
to
Enemy
start
cut one of
making
our supply lines.
Shindens, because they did have an air superiority,
Sir.
and I wanted to fight back that air superiority.
Unit reports damage, sir. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
So they got some more tank destroyers rummaging through.
They're retreating, sir. They're reporting losses.
I decided to send my Susues
Receiving report.
to ward off enemy attackers because I didn't really want them anymore. It's good to sacrifice units that are not right for the type of strategy you're playing, rather than just leave them there. Alright, so I got some Cheeries up.
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base.
But they had their SU-100.
Unit fleeing. Sir, reporting loss. Fire depot depleted.
Alright, so I got some more admin buildings up. And the AI secured this supply depot here. Got these guys targeted.
Unit reports damage, sir. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base.
I got my Shindens up in the air
Unit reports heavy fire.
for warding off the fighters.
Supply line has been cut, sir. Unit position is compromised. Mission aborted, sir. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Reporting. Unit fleeing. Unit
So I tried to regain back the
installation has fallen into hostile hands.
my air supremacy.
Unit under fire. Unit has been routed. Sir, intelligence.
Alright, so what did they take? Nothing. Alright, so my Cheerie's up. So this was a last ditch attempt to protect my base.
Production canceled as ordered. A new route is at our disposal. Research complete. Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Unit reports heavy fire.
As you can see, see their air and cover and a bunch of T-26s.
Unit opening fire on the enemy. Unit reports damage, sir. They're retreating, sir. Their intelligence device
So they're coming to ass up my
sustaining fire. Receiving report.
my brief air cover and my lack of AA guns.
Unit reports damage, sir. Follow enemy that vehicle, sir. Unit opening
I had a
fire.
Renzen. I didn't know why.
Unit reports enemy neutralized. Camouflage net deployment in progress, sir.
So I was building up my air force for a strategic bombing run,
Yes, sir.
but I was also economically stretched with my
Deployment completed.
building my armor units up, as well as supporting my aircraft economy.
Yes, sir.
But I try to focus more on air.
Unit reports heavy fire, sir.
So that was
Our unit has been destroyed. Unit is
destructive.
breaking up, sir. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Unit has
surprise attack on my tanks, which cost me dearly. I lost my entire force here.
Unit position is compromised. Mission
As you can
aborted,
see,
sir.
there's tank corpses everywhere on the battlefield.
Building deployment completed.
Right, so I was building up my bombers and my Shinden
Sir,
advanced fighters.
receiving report.
And as you can see, me and my French ally are cracking up under the pressure.
Field defenses have been destroyed.
And so we were fighting a
Their training, they'll be ready soon.
no-go kind of battle.
Engineers will take care of that.
My enemy was very prolific in air cover.
Position and deploy structure. Building deployment completed. Building
So I was building up some decoys for the R.U.S.E, the decoy army R.U.S E, to try to ward them off.
Sir, move to position and deploy structure.
Because I figured if
Engineers will take
if
care of that.
they can't see my units,
Given a new route.
I can just scare them off using numerical advantage.
Building deployment completed. Building deployment completed. Sir, our camouflage nets are no longer in position. Yes, sir. Deploying camouflage nets. Reporting. Supply depot out.
Alright, so my ally was at B1 Vistas heavy tanks, so they were pretty good, and they were providing me with the air cover I needed to build up my air force. But as you can see, the enemy was, well, adding a lot of pressure on us, especially at outside of Dankmarhausen.
Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Unit production in progress. Building deployment completed.
Alright, so I tried to get some AA positions up, but they were fragile.
All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Building deployment completed. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Unit is breaking up, sir. Sir, reporting losses. Unit reports damage,
Right,
sir.
so
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed.
here is the
Receiving
strategy
report.
I
Our
planned.
units are under fire.
I
Sir,
basically
reporting
massed all my
fire.
Shindens and my Renzan bombers here,
Field defense down, sir.
and just basically ravaged them, their base.
Sir, unit reports heavy fire. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Supply depot levels are low. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Sir, our unit has been wiped out.
So
Reporting losses. Blitz capacity has been exhausted.
yeah,
Sir,
here come my
unit is
bombers,
critically low on fuel and
heavy
ammo.
bombers in
Returning
fact,
to base. Unit is out of
and
ammo.
I ravaged their base. I figured if I couldn't beat them militarily,
All ammo spent.
I could still own their base
Unit reports damage, sir.
and try to destroy their economy.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
Alright, so I targeted the Americans first.
Unit reports damage, sir. Engineers are en route to the
And here is the damn army, armada, which destroyed my base.
Unit under sustained fire. Sir, our camouflage nets are no longer in position. Yes, sir. Deploying camouflage nets. Receiving report, our unit has been destroyed. Building deployment completed.
Alright, so they owned my base here, and I had no choice to protect. I couldn't field any units. They were also engaging my aircraft, so I retreated them to another base.
Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Sir, intelligence have identified an enemy base.
They had Pershings as well. Wow.
Unit production
Right,
in
so
progress.
what I could do was attempt
Building
that
deployment completed. Unit reports heavy fire.
bombing run I did before. So I was building up my air force,
Report. New enemy supply line.
getting some more administrative buildings up. Yeah, they had FCMs, but I had nothing besides
We've almost emptied that depot, sir.
Chiris, some decoy Chiris.
Progress in the sector, sir. Unit reports heavy fire. A new route is at our disposal. Report, our unit has been destroyed. Reporting confirmed. Target destroyed.
So they had an entire convoy
Fire.
ready to protect this area.
Receiving report.
I had nothing.
Our units are under fire. Sir, reporting losses. Unit reports damage, sir. Receiving report. A new enemy base has been discovered. Unit reports heavy
Alright, here we
fire.
go again
Sir,
for the second
reporting
bombing run.
losses. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Sir, our unit has been wiped out.
And that admin
Sir,
building.
reporting losses. Receiving report, we've lost a building. They're retreating, sir. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
And
Unit
briefly
opening fire on the enemy. Receiving
open
report.
fire
Our units are
on
under fire.
the Russian base. So the bombing run did have an effect on the Americans at first. They couldn't field any units, and I rebuilt up my force. Still have my secondary headquarters up.
Unit reports heavy fire. Unit is breaking up, sir. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
I wanted to attempt a bombing run through this entire alley here, just to wipe them out. But yeah, I figured they had a load of air cover and
Unit production.
AI units.
New unit reporting, sir. A new route is at our disposal.
Right, so I massed up my forces again, once in this area
Sir,
again.
our unit has been wiped out. To all units in sector. You now have
Blitzed them as well, my Shindens and my Renzans. And I was going to attempt another fatal bombing run through their weak area. So here comes the massive air assault first,
Unit under sustained fire.
featuring the Shindens. And here come my bombers.
Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Sir, intelligence have identified an enemy base. Receiving report. Unit
Alright, so this is where the opponent started to crack.
Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Unit has aborted the mission, sir.
So basically, moral of the story is if you can't attack an enemy head on, face their weakest parts
Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo.
and
Return
own them
to
there.
base. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. We have been given a new route. Unit under fire.
As you can see, the Renzan is effective at warding off enemy fighters.
Unit reports damage, sir.
And as you can see, they're starting to retreat as well. So what I did was built an armor base and started spamming Chiris.
One of our units is down.
These Chiris will in the end be the units that mob up the rest of the units,
Yes, sir.
enemy
Starting
units.
unit production.
And I was also building up my air force for another damaging blow. Right, so we almost reached the 1 hour mark. As I said, this was a huge game. Some more Chiris here.
Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
And the enemy knew that they were up against a hefty opponent. So the Americans gave up. They just sent all their last remaining forces at us, which
Camouflage net deployment in progress.
my friend repelled pretty easily. The Americans just basically gave up.
They'll be ready soon.
I was building up my armor forces and my air forces.
This is HQ. New unit production requested.
So this is the last American force here. Shermans, Jacksons, Pershings.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
And the Russians were retreating to protect what was left of their base. They still had a massive army, however. Right. Air Armada by the Japanese, number 3. And we're about to see the collapse of the Americans in this game.
Deploy units in sector. You now have blitz capacity.
Right, so here we go for another bombing run. Had all my Shindens again, just smashing into the opponent base.
Unit under fire.
Had bombers targeted.
Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. We have been given a new route. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Unit reports engagement in progress.
Alright, here was the last cut bombing run.
Sir, reporting losses. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Unit has been routed. Unit reports damage,
And
sir.
that destroyed their headquarters there. They had no air cover now.
Sir, our unit has been wiped
I was basically ruling the sky with my Shindens.
Unit under sustained fire. Unit production in progress. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Unit has been routed.
Alright, my Chiris.
Report. Our unit has been destroyed.
Alright, that was the American. They surrendered now. Alright, I got my Chiris moving on the left flank. And a last bomber,
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir.
which got mauled terribly.
Reporting losses.
That's why it's crucial to support your bombers.
Recruitment has started, sir.
And Guppy Air Force there, engaging the Russians. So the Russians broke. As you can see from the map, they didn't have that numerical superiority again. And I had a huge armor force now.
This is HQ. New unit production requested. We have been given a new route. Sir, our camouflage nets are no longer in position. Production cancelled as ordered.
Right, I got some more Shindens and Renzans for the final assault. My Chi.Re's taking the left flank. My allied French army taking the middle route. And I'm rebuilding up my bombers, and I blitz them to make them faster. As you can see, all these tank corpses here. A lot of scrap metal.
All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity.
Alright, here we go. This is the final minutes of the game. My bomber is targeted. And Shindens to smash.
Unit under fire. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new report indicates heavy losses, sir. Unit reports damage, sir. Our unit has been destroyed. Unit under fire. Unit reports engagement in progress. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Unit is breaking up, sir.
Right, my Chi.Re's engaging on this front.
Sir, reporting losses. Unit has aborted mission, sir. Reporting.
There must be some tank destroy there. Right, I maintained a air superiority with my Shindens, but of course they were getting engaged by AA units. Right, the French just stopped here for some reason, but I suppose they were going to advance my attack, support my attack. Su-100s, and I'm guessing some KV-1s and IS-3s as well.
They're retreating, sir. Building deployment complete. Reporting. Sustained fire. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Unit reports heavy fire. Unit has been broken. Unit position is compromised. Mission aborted, sir. Unit reports heavy fire. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed. Damage, sir. Receiving report.
Yeah, I was building up some more Chi.Re's up here
One of our units is down.
with my leftover secondary headquarters.
Unit reports damage, sir.
And here comes my Renzans again for another bombing run.
Receiving report. Unit engaging hostile. Unit is giving up its position, sir. Reporting losses. Unit has aborted mission, sir. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Unit reports a track. Unit reports enemy neutralized.
Alright, we got AA guns, AT guns in the woods here. They were ambushing. So that was a heavy toll on my Chi.Re's.
You now have blitz capacity. Sir, reporting losses. Report indicates heavy losses, sir.
Alright, so the French and my armed forces are moving up. So
Report indicates heavy losses, sir.
obviously we won this now.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Report indicates heavy losses,
Even though their Su-100s had a
sir, our unit has been wiped out.
superiority in terms of power, they didn't have the morale. So I would have advised that AI to turn on fanaticism or some shit. Turn on that thing that makes units don't lose any morale. That would have been a good idea for them. Fanaticism. But yeah, I had the upper hand because mainly most of them were retreating. Guppy barrage here. And they were retreating through Roja, but then I had this air covered one tank left, and we won. So thanks for watching this. Hope you learned a lot about Japanese air cover and the air strategy, and see you guys later for the United States.